Good evening, Graham Rawlins with our Friday edition of News Geelong. The city of Greater Geelong hosted a flag-raising ceremony to mark Timor-Leste, formerly East Timor, Independence Day this week. The 2011 Australian Olympic swimming trials will be hosted by Adelaide, the first time in 40 years outside Sydney, at the new $80 million swimming centre at Marion. And Geelong will have a good representation pressing for green and gold selection. And later in the program, the Flying Hawk, Nathan Curry, brings us a pulsating world of Geelong sport, and sparkling Lani Salathiel will update you with the next week of weather in and around Geelong. Last Sunday marked the 150th anniversary of the historic Belbrae Primary School, together with Mayfair celebrations, where former students relived old school days and shared special stories. Herbert Corona compiled this story for News Geelong.
The Mayfair is an annual event which we have here, which is the school's biggest fundraiser, so it's usually dependent on the weather. It's what we rely on to gather funds for most of the year. Usually it's sort of in the range of a few thousand people, so we have people from Torquay, Jan Juc, the surrounding areas of Anglesey, all the way down to Aries Inlet and Lawn, who come here every year. I remember bringing my kids here when they were probably just started to walk, and now they're almost as tall as I am. So the food stall is always popular. The beer and wine tent is always a big hit. We've got entertainment stages. We've got lots of silent auctions happening, plate breaking, horse rides, heaps of those sorts of things. The kids love all the animal types of stalls, so there's plenty of things on offer. Rely on the parents a lot just to basically set up everything and do a lot of the preparation, and then on the actual day of the event they've got to obviously man all the stores and make sure that everything runs consistently and well, irrespective of how the weather turns out. Yeah, well, this is a very special year for Belbrae. It's 150 years old, so this is sort of a lead up to the 150th celebrations, which will be in August this year. So we do have a tent out here today, just selling a few things that we've got, to commemorate our 150th. We've got some wine made up, especially for the event. We've got a number of different like medallions and medals that the kids might be using. We've got people dressed in period costumes and things like that. So it'll be a big year for us and celebrate 150 years of good education at Belbrae.
What we're doing is we've got a group of children and we're promoting the environmental group. Our goal as a school is to build an outdoor classroom. Down the back we've got a chicken coop, and we're trying here to maybe raise some money to put in a new compost bin, which has been supplied to us by Closed Loop, a company. Louis and Amelia's parents have been supporting us right through this. So we've got lots of environmental packaging throughout the Mayfair being used, reusable and recyclable packaging. So we're here just to promote things that people can do around the house, at school. The environmental monitors have all been pumped all week trying to get ready for it, and their job here today is to actually promote to parents the things that we're doing at school. We have our own chickens and we're selling the eggs. We have things like recycling, nude food days at school where we try not to bring any package in for lunches. And these guys have all helped us prepare the stall, and now their job is to promote.
I like it that they're trying to keep the environment healthier and better instead of rubbish everywhere.
I think it's pretty cool and amazing.
Thank you, Herbert, and thank you to the people of the Belbrae Primary School. The city of Greater Geelong and Timor-Leste continued its friendship, marking the 9th year of Timor-Leste independence, with a flag-raising ceremony as a time to pause and remember the people who have fought and died in pursuit of such independence. Meryl Friend reports.
We're here at the forecourt at City Hall for a rather emotional flag-raising ceremony for the 9th East Timor Independence Day. And we're joined with Akai and Lucia from East Timor. What does Independence Day for East Timor mean to you, Akai?
Independence Day, I'm love in making here. I'm lovely, but it's Australia people to make my Independence Day in his country. I'm very lovely.
And you're here until around July, and you're both working at Christian College. What do you do there, Lucia?
I'm like a teacher for kinder, and now I stay in Australia about two months, and take some opportunity as well, and I can guide with the kinder as well.
Lovely. And what do you think of Geelong?
Geelong is beautiful country and lovely and amazing.
And you're doing IT work at Christian College, Akai?
Yeah, I'm very lovely to teach together IT in here, but so many technology in Australia, not different my country.
And we're joined with Councillor Cameron Granger, who's the chair of the Geelong Friends of Vakeki Committee. Now, their 9th Independence Day here today for East Timor. What does that mean to you personally now that you've been there as well?
Oh, look, it's an absolute recognition of the real terrors, the real horrors that they've been through in order to gain independence. So to have this here is to recognise that, you know, those people had to fight very hard, and some of those people died in the getting of independence. And they're beautiful people, so it's hard for me to actually imagine anyone wanting to oppress, you know, these type of people. So I applaud them in getting their independence, and this is quite an emotional day. Lots of people feel very emotional about the flag raising ceremony, and it's a great privilege for me to do it on behalf of the city.
Well, thank you for your time today, and enjoy the day.
Thank you.
Well, yes, Meryl. Look, as I said today, I was at the independence celebrations in 2002, and I was delighted a couple of years ago when Janana Guzmao contacted me and asked me to help the government of East Timor to set up a Chamber of Commerce in East Timor. And so 2 years ago we started that task, and we went through that exercise, and we've now had an election. We've got an elected president and an elected council, and from all over East Timor, and we've got an office and an East Timorese CEO and staff who are developing priorities for investment in East Timor, priorities for infrastructure development, engaging as we do in Australia between chambers of commerce and government about what priorities ought to be. So it's part of an overall governance project which Steve Bracks, the former Premier in Victoria, has led in East Timor to strengthen their capacity in governance, and this is part of that project, and it's been an enormous privilege to be part of, and you know, I think we've got some runs on the board.
Very rewarding for you. And you were telling me a little bit about your attire here today.
Well, I mean, this is a traditional taius from East Timor, which I was delighted to receive from the Prime Minister, Janana Guzmao, a little while ago in recognition of the work that we and our organisation have done in East Timor. So I wear it very proudly.
From City Hall, Meryl Friend, News Geelong.
Thank you, Meryl. Interesting to note that Australia has contributed over 5,500 personnel of the United Nations mandated force, which is the largest and most significant deployment since the Vietnam War. This is News Geelong as we go to a break and return with more news after this.